Hey, I'm Joel, and until I come up with a better name, this is the Joel A Podcast. You're about to watch a clip of my live stream, which is on from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, I release clips throughout the week, so in case you can't make it to the live, you can watch those. And if you're in a charitable mood, a share, maybe even a subscribe, would do wonders for my new channel. I know your time is valuable, and I really do appreciate you giving me a few minutes of your day. Without further ado, here's the video. I hope you like it, and I'll see you again soon. We'll get into the last story as a parent. If you're a parent, you might find this interesting. Check this out. This 8-year-old boy was arrested. Well, allegedly arrested, because he wasn't. I don't think he was really. He wasn't really arrested. In New York, in Syracuse, because he stole some chips. Now, here, I'll let you watch the video real quick.
What is y'all doing? What is y'all doing?
Guess. Take a guess what I'm doing.
Hey, he like a baby to me. Why you?
Guess what I'm doing.
I don't know what you doing. I just see you snatch him up off the.
No.
So what's going on then?
You're stealing stuff. If he breaks into your house, you steal something.
Nah, man. What, he stole a bag of chips? So y'all treat me like a whole cold-blooded killer?
Keep walking, dude. You don't even know what you're
Keep
talking
walking.
about.
I know what I just came up and see. I know the just came up and see.
Okay, what did you see?
I see just.
Okay, now let me give you a little bit of the backstory here. Apparently, and there's an extended view of this. Apparently, the police knew this boy and his brothers, and it wasn't the first time that they were shoplifting. So he talked to the boy. He tried to get the boy to gun. The boy tried to get away. The cop grabbed him by the hood of his sweatshirt. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. As somebody who's been to prison, I'm not a huge fan of. Actually, I wouldn't even say that, because it's on a case-by-case basis. There's been cops that I've met that are great. They're cool people. There's some of my family that I think they're cool people. And there's some that are a-holes. But that's just in general, And again, like politicians, the problem with a lot of police is that the people trying to get into that line of work aren't the people that should be in that line of work. And the people that should be in that line of work, for the most part, don't want to be in that line of work, because we don't want to control other people. I'd like to help make a better society, defend those who can't defend themselves. That's admirable. That's one of the greatest sacrifices. I've always thought if you're going to be a police officer or a soldier, you probably shouldn't have a family, even a politician. I think those positions really absorb you. They take up your whole life, and you have to be, invulnerable. As a politician, you can't have a weak side. As a police officer, you can't think twice before you go into something like, I'm going to leave my child an orphan. I'm going to leave my wife a widow. You can't have that thought, because somebody's life is on the line. And it's only natural that you do have that thought and maybe hesitate. That's why I think it would be ideal that people in those positions and those lines of work are single. But I mean, that's just my thought. Obviously, there's a lot of people that make it work. But, on this video, first, you don't come up to cops. It's not going to be, even though they're doing something wrong, just pull out your camera and start recording. That's the best thing you can do. Don't get into a confrontation with them. It's not going to end well. I'm surprised that guy didn't get arrested himself. But apparently these cops knew this boy and his brothers. It wasn't the first time they shoplifted. So they got the boy. They took him into custody, but they drove him to his father's house. And then they had a talk with their father, saying, hey, your kids are doing this and that. And my wife saw this video and she was like, that's horrible. He's an 8-year-old boy. Why are they treating him like that? There was this show called Scared Straight. I forget what channel it was on, what network it was on. But they would take problem children into a prison, and then they would have inmates scare them straight, or cops scare them straight. This kid's going to think twice about it next time he wants to shoplift. And the problem is that they graduate, and it goes from chips to maybe alcohol, to then the money in the register, to then the money in your wallet, and then somebody gets shot. You have to stop these behaviors when they're starting, or they will get worse. I don't have a problem with this. They didn't arrest him. Now, if they were to charge him, for larceny or whatever, and tried to put him in prison, then yeah, I'd be like, hey, you're way, way, way overstepping, not overstepping your bounds, but you're just exaggerating, right? But in this case, that's all they did. It's interesting that the part of the video that goes viral is the part that makes the cops look bad. When you're looking at it, you say, oh, well, that cop maybe should have kept his cool, should have ignored him. But when you're in the heat of the moment, when emotions are running high, And I can only imagine as a cop, you're trying to, maybe they're like, you know what, I'm gonna scare this kid straight. I'm gonna help him by scaring him a little, giving him a little taste of reality, giving him a little insight into what his life will look like if he stays on this path. But then you see people coming up all around you. You see a guy getting in your face screaming. We're human. We're emotional. And sometimes our emotions, obviously they always affect the way we act, but sometimes they get the better of us. Although I don't think that was the case here. The cop showed restraint. Yeah, he, responded. He basically mirrored the guy's energy. When somebody comes at you like that, it's hard to stay calm. What do you guys think? You think it was uncalled for? Think it was too much? What would you want the police to do if your child was out stealing or ditching school or doing stuff that he wasn't? That stuff that would in the future destroy his or her life. I think it'd be okay with you if the cops scared him a little bit. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate your time and I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like it and subscribe it, share it with your friends. If you want to support me, watch it. Watch it when it's recorded, watch it when it's live. And let's grow this channel. I promise that we're going to invest time and do whatever pennies I can into bettering the quality of this stream with this podcast. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.